The Congo is so incredible. It's like, God, what an insanely rich, resource-ridden place that's also a war zone.
And being absolutely raped and pillaged by, big corporations in the Western world for resources and minerals. And
I had Siddharth Kara on, who I think his book comes out. Does it come out next week? It comes out the end of January.
Okay.
But his book is all about cobalt mining in the Congo.
Interesting.
And it's horrifying.
I do want to read it. Yeah.
Horrifying. 19-year-old girls with babies on their back who are hand chipping cobalt out of the ground and then inhaling all these toxic fumes and powder, this dust, and then that is in your cell phone.
Right.
That's how the cobalt gets into your fucking cell phone.
That's at your Apple store.
Nuts.
It's the new blood diamond, right? It's the new, and it's funny because I feel like the whole blood diamond thing, and there's been lots of these things, but it all sort of went away because it got exposed. But I feel like no one's talking about the inhumane things that are taking place for our modern conveniences. It's one thing when it's a luxury, like a blood diamond, right? Or whatever. But when it's like, oh, well, I can't live without my iPhone, then it's like we're willing to turn a blind eye to it. It's like people choose not to accept it because it's part of their life.
Just think about how many people who consider themselves social justice warriors, and they do this complaining on a phone that's made by slaves.
Totally. Yeah.
So
they're literally tweeting or texting or whatever their complaints on a thing that is contributing to the thing they're complaining about.
They're contributing to the worst version of it in humanity right now.
Isn't it crazy?
It's really crazy. I mean, it's like literally human trafficking.
So in the book, does he actually go into the Congo and witness this? And
he took video footage. He came on. His story is so compelling.
Oh, I must listen to it.
It's so and he talks about it with such passion because he worked on this for years and years. And risked his life to obtain footage and to get access and to go to these they're supposedly ethical mines. And he's like, this is all horrible. It goes, all of it is tainted. All the cobalt that we have, all of it is at least in some part coming from these, what they would call. I mean, it's basically just the most primitive version. People in flip-flops with hammers, chipping it out of the ground.
What's extreme poverty?
Yes,
right. And
it's more like slavery.
It is.
Calling it extreme poverty, I think, is not quite accurate enough. They call them artisanal mines, which is like hilarious because it's like
anytime you slap that word onto anything, it's fun.
Oh,
right?
It's artisanal. Oh, great! I think someone's making pottery somewhere.
Totally.